Hello guys, and some good news for us, which means some really bad news for the Russian Federation. They have just lost another SU-30 near the island of Zmiyiny, the Snake Island. And many of you, I'm sure, remember this beautiful place because this is exactly where the Ukrainian guards sent the Russian warship to go itself. And it actually worked out pretty well because later we destroyed that warship Moskva. Taking into account that Russia experiences tremendous shortages of military and civilian aircraft, this is definitely another nail into the coffin of the Russian aviation. I hope that Donald Trump will not lift the sanctions as he sometimes promises, and soon we will witness the dissolution of the Russian Federation. And please don't be afraid, this process is totally natural. Our task is just to control it, to predict potential threats, and later to work very seriously with new countries that can actually become democratic. So let's discuss what happened to Russian Su-30 near Zmiyiny Island and why it is so bad for the already very poor Russian aviation. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine. And if you want to see the defeat and demilitarization of the Russian Federation, that is the only working peace plan, please subscribe and share these videos to protect people from Russian disinformation and extremely dangerous manipulations that grew tremendously before the summit on Alaska. To tell you the truth, White House keeps repeating that it is a real diplomatic breakthrough that the President of the United States will meet. And please don't call him the President of Russia. He is a bloody outdated Botox dictator. It's not a breakthrough. Actually, during these 3.5 years of total violence and 12 years of Russian war against Ukraine, simply nobody wanted to meet with this Kremlin goblin. So it's not a breakthrough, just the country. But let's concentrate on the way Ukraine implements the only working peace plan, and we keep targeting legitimate military facilities and Russian bombers, Russian cruise missile carriers. Operation Spiderweb perhaps was the best military operation of the 21st century, which demonstrated the failure of the Russian intelligence, the FSB that they keep describing as super strong and Putin as their boss, failed to predict what was coming, and during one day we wiped out 1/3 of their cruise missile carriers. Later they kept losing 2, 3, and today -1 more. Su-30 SM. It was on a mission near the Ukrainian island, Snake Island. By the way, it has a very beautiful history. According to the Greek historian Plinius, Achilles was either buried there or spent some time with his people, and this is the island that constantly protects itself from invaders, be it in times of the ancient world or now. And it's really symbolic how in 2022 literally a small group of the Ukrainian guards demonstrated strength and resilience, and later that warship Moskva sank just as the rest of the Black Sea Fleet. And I keep reminding people about these victories of the Ukrainian army because somehow the world keeps believing Russian mouthpieces. And now the White House repeats like, you cannot win Russia, Napoleon Wars, etc. Russia lost a lot of wars. In some battles it won only because of the support of the United States, of the support of the European nations, of the Great Britain, and many more. And then there are lots of wars that they've lost. And it's actually not a victory if you simply send millions of your citizens into meat grinders. And let's count the victories of the Ukrainian army, how Russians lost the territory they managed to grasp at the beginning, that during this 1.5 years of constant offensives, they managed to get just 1% of the Ukrainian land. We destroyed their Black Sea Fleet. We seriously destroyed their aviation. By the way, sanctions doubled the influence, and now they have serious troubles with the civilian aviation. Thumbs up for that, because justice must be served. Subscribe and please share these videos. This is super important. And do check our new summer drop. of t-shirts and other beautiful products that help you work as the Ukrainian ambassadors and people. This is very important. Let me know what are your expectations about this Alaska summit. I am nervous because I don't want to go through another month of betrayals, manipulations, when Ukraine is equated to Russia. My country, my people, we defend our homes, and trust me, no other countries, democratic countries, strong countries, want this precedent of the breaking of the international law to be fixed, finalized, and blessed by the largest, the strongest, once the most beautiful democracy in the world of the United States. Russian civilian aviation goes through tremendous problems, all because sanctions worked. And if you listen to these rumors around the Kremlin and all this, not diplomats, people like Witkov, I personally believe he should not participate in any events there, because he does not understand the logics of the Kremlin. He's far away from the diplomatic work, and he is very, very, very far away from these FSB manipulations that they know how to use against even very, seasoned professionals. And he's not even an ordinary professional. So it's really difficult. It's really dangerous. I hope to see the strength and unity among other allies of Ukraine, because China, North Korea, Iran openly speak they stand with Russia. And somehow on our side, we see this constant, movements that don't make me feel very, very relaxed. But here in Ukraine, people are determined, and we are demilitarizing them and protecting our territories. Recently, Russians tried to push really hard in Donetsk region, because that's the part of the rumored negotiations topics. But right now, more Ukrainian soldiers were sent there, and lots of Russians were demilitarized and joined the majority. So they managed to not just stabilize, but to normalize the situation near Dobropilya. Support me on the recent show of Piers Morgan, because I realize the audience is not that pro-Ukrainian, but I believe it's super important for Ukrainians to appear on big shows, whether we like them or not. But that is a good way to demonstrate that Ukrainians exist, they speak English, they have their opinion, they know the history. By the way, I was laughing that according to this preliminary, once again, information, Putin is traveling to Alaska with the maps, where he will try to prove that Ukraine did not exist, forgetting the fact that Kyiv, your attention please, Kyiv was founded 665 years before Moscow. I think it explains everything, and time to remind that to the rest of the Russian population after the very natural dissolution of this very unnatural construction. Follow my new channel, Anna Danilchuk, where in this discussion mode I explain a little bit more about my early Soviet Union memories and, for example, about the concept of good Russians. Do they exist at all? And of course, follow me on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, Discord, all the links in the description of this video. Same as the link to our merch shop. Thank you for all the beautiful birthday congratulations that I've received. I am very grateful for the community that grew around the channel. It's a blessing to have you as friends and family. And I'm also very grateful for the work you do to support Ukraine. People, this meeting in Alaska and many future events, they do not decide everything at the moment. Plus, people keep underestimating Ukraine. Believe me, we have our plans, our allies have plans. Donald Trump does not know what he wants to do. I'm actually a person that believes he doesn't know how to act and what to do, so he simply does everything. And we can decide a lot. You, me, speaking to the representatives, calling the senators, I don't know, explaining to your neighbors, friends, schoolmates, girlfriends, grandchildren, whoever, it's super important because for 100 years, Russia, Moscow dominated the world. And I feel it when I go out into this global audience, and a lot of really good people, they simply know nothing about Ukraine. They overestimate the strength of Russia, forgetting they do not control their borders. They do not control their airspace. We keep destroying strategic objects like oil refineries. They have serious shortages of everything. The economy is collapsing, and now is not the time to save Putin. So please help us implement the only working peace plan to defeat and demilitarize Russia. And know that I love you. Slava Ukraini!